I'm pleased to announce a victory in one of our cases. The California Coastal Commission recently voted to approve an amendment of the permit to redevelop Marshall Tavern. PLF represents Daniel Altman and Avi, the owners of an historic structure in Tomales Bay, which is the Marshall Tavern. And they want to redevelop the building and restore it to its former condition so that it can operate as a bed and breakfast and serve the community of Marshall and people that want to visit the bay. Unfortunately, when they applied for a permit from the California Coastal Commission originally, the Commission demanded a series of burdensome and unconstitutional conditions which would have made the project impossible. These were a requirement they construct a very large public pier in the bay, that they give up public access across their property, that they remove pilings that have been in the bay on the neighboring parcels since the late 19th century, and that they essentially give up their right to ever use their neighboring parcel again. Fortunately, the Commission voted to change the permit to accept an amended permit, which would make it possible for the project to go forward. So, for example, they remove the requirement that they have to construct a large public pier, and also the requirement that they give up their right to use the neighboring parcel and remove the pilings on the neighboring parcel. So now instead they're allowed to construct a deck on the parcel next to their bed and breakfast, and if it's open to the public, allow it to benefit both the public and their business. And because of that change, they'll be able to avoid both very large costs, the cost of constructing the pier and removing the pilings, and they'll be able to avoid the likely environmental harms that could have resulted if they had constructed the large pier and removed the pilings. Because of PLF's representation and this suit, it was possible for Daniel Altman and Avi to get the Commission to listen to them. When they appeared before the Commission before the representation and before the suit was filed, they raised all of the concerns that were in our complaint, saying that these conditions were too burdensome and that they shouldn't have to provide all these benefits to the public just because they want to use their private property. And the Commission ignored them. But once we filed, the Commission took their concerns seriously, and now this settlement has been made possible. And I think this shows the importance of organizations like PLF. We are the watchdog that pays attention to organizations like the California Coastal Commission and make sure that they stay within the bounds of the law. And we're going to continue to do so, so that the next poor, unfortunate property owner like Daniel Altman and Avi, who are subjected to unreasonable and unconstitutional conditions, have their voices heard and are able to stand up against this abuse. If you want to find out more about this case or any other of PLF's cases, please visit our website, www.pacificlegal.org.
We didn't know that we could fight them. That would be a ridiculous, difficult task. Just God sent to see that, yes, somebody there who didn't ask us any money and said we won't have to pay for anything. They'll represent us. We're very impressed and hope that people would support this organization to help a simple person trying to develop his life, develop a lot and can be taken from him.